Pilgrim's is one of the largest chicken producers in the world with operations in the United States, Mexico, and Puerto Rico. Our corporate headquarters is in Greeley, Colorado. We employ approximately 37,500 people and have the capacity to produce more than 35.6 million birds per week for a total of more than 10.1 billion pounds of live chicken annually. The company has major facilities in Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, West Virginia, Puerto Rico, and Mexico. The company exports chicken products to customers in approximately 90 countries. As the world's second largest poultry company, food safety is a foundation that drives every process within Pilgrim's. Pilgrim's is committed to producing the safest, most wholesome protein products with the highest quality standards. Our food safety efforts focus on the prevention of any contamination from start to finish in the protein production cycle. We are diligent at the monitoring of all critical control points and are dedicated to continued process improvements to ensure that Pilgrim's delivers safe protein products consumers can trust. Many controls are in place to maintain the highest degree of food safety. Our quality assurance team and inspectors from the Department of Agriculture monitor our facility to ensure the utmost quality and food safety. While visiting our facility, you should never enter an area that is tagged and under the control of our quality assurance department or a USDA inspector. You will be required to wear a frock, hairnet, and beard net if needed at all times when in production areas of our facility. All earrings, watches, necklaces, and hand rings must be removed before entering the production areas of our facility. All upper shirt pockets must be emptied of all contents. The clothing that you wear must be free of dirt and oil. If equipment is dropped or comes into contact with the floor, it must be cleaned. If frock or gloves become cross-contaminated, they must be exchanged. To control the spread of bacteria, the facility uses hand sanitizers, gloves, equipment wash stations, and boot foamers. Please follow the instructions of your Pilgrim's representative concerning these issues. Products should never be handled with bare hands. Smoking is allowed only in designated areas of the facility. Spitting, gum chewing, candy, and tobacco products are not allowed in production areas of our plant. Remember, when traveling through the plant, you should never travel from the inedible to edible areas of the plant. This will cause cross-contamination. The daily practice of good biosecurity is paramount for the success and sustainability of Pilgrim's, our contract producers, and the poultry flocks under our care. Our goal is to prevent any exposure of the flocks to disease agents, and if a flock is exposed, to prevent any spread to other flocks. Most disease transmission results from the movement of contaminated people and equipment. Please follow the following biosecurity procedure. Please notify your Pilgrim's representative if you have been out of the country in the last 21 days. Please notify your Pilgrim's representative if you have been exposed to birds other than Pilgrim's in the last 48 hours. This would include commercial, non-commercial, backyard, and wild birds. Wear and dispose of coveralls, shoe covers, and hairnet as directed. Follow all protocols required by the Pilgrim's location visited. Your Pilgrim's representative will explain these to you. Because your safety is our #1 priority, you will be required to adhere to set guidelines. Before touring any of our facilities, you will be required to sign an acknowledgement that you have watched and understood this orientation video. Possession of firearms, ammunitions, explosives, or other weapons on Pilgrim's property is strictly prohibited. You will be dismissed from the property if you possess, use, sell, or under the influence of drugs or alcohol. All injuries, no matter how minor, that occur on a Pilgrim's property must be reported to your supervisor or your company representative. Notify your Pilgrim's representative immediately in the event of any emergency situation requiring medical attention. The plant has an emergency response and action plan for internal and external evacuations in the event that an emergency occurs while you are visiting our facility. During an internal evacuation due to weather or unsafe conditions outside, everyone must report to the designated shelter. During an external evacuation due to fire or any other emergency that requires outside evacuation, all visitors must evacuate with the department to their designated assembly area. Your Pilgrim's representative will cover the site-specific evacuation plan for this facility in more detail at the end of this presentation. All production areas you visit or work in have a policy which may require the use of hard hats, safety glasses with side shields, and hearing protection. You will be expected to wear all protective equipment that is required for the area and the task that you are performing. There is a significant amount of fork truck traffic in the facility. Only trained and qualified operators are allowed to operate forklifts or any other company-owned vehicle, including payloaders, scissor lift, and carcass moving equipment. Be aware of all industrial-powered equipment at all times. Pedestrians and drivers are equally responsible to be aware of each other. We have equipment in our facility with many moving parts, and at no time should you place your hand near or lean on any piece of equipment. Most of our employees are using sharp knives or tools. To protect yourself from laceration or serious injury, do not reach in front of any employee at any time. Some areas of the facility use dry ice to cool the product. To prevent burns, never handle dry ice without gloves. Some of our facility uses chemicals considered to be highly hazardous by OSHA and EPA, including ammonia used for refrigeration and chlorine used for water treatment. Before entering this facility, you will be notified of any of these chemicals on the facility and what you will be expected to do in case of an emergency. It is company policy to use handrails when ascending or descending steps in the facility. Be aware that floors may be slippery. Running is never permitted. This completes the visitor portion of this program. As you move throughout our operations, you will be accompanied by a Pilgrim's representative. Please stay with your representative at all times and follow their instructions. Thank you for your participation and have a safe visit.